Okay, so let's take a look at making decisions within our program. So right now we have cout num1, num2. What I want to say though is, let's think of a condition that checks whether num1 is equal to 0. So we can say if, open close curly braces, and we can drop something in here. So we can say if num1 is greater than 0, cout this, else cout this. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete this, and we'll get rid of this too. So let's zoom out a little bit so you can see the code. So what if-else statements do is they allow our program to make choices. So num1 right now is currently not greater than 0, right? I know I said equals. And so what we can do is we can kind of throw in our own thing here. We can say, we can drop in another set of arrows here, and we can say num1 is not greater than 0. So if I hit Control F5, we can run this statement, or build that out. You can see here we get 0. And the reason is this statement doesn't run is it's checking. If this statement is true, is num1 greater than 0, which it is not, it would actually run num1 is not greater than 0. Else, it ran num1, which is 0. So actually, let's copy this out so that it makes a little bit better sense. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to paste this here. And I'm going to just actually copy this again. And then we can say num1 is greater than 0. That would make better sense. So let's go ahead and hit Control F5 again so we can see that code build. So you can see here, num1 is not greater than 0, right? And what that is it's playing off this else statement, because this is not true, so it'll always run this. So let's make num1 equal to 5. And I'm going to go ahead and hit Control F5 again to build that, and it should run num1 is greater than 0. So you can see num1 is greater than 0. And again, so in order for the if statements to run, they need to be true. And the else is sort of a catcher. You know, if all of the if statements are not true. So we can stack multiple if statements, right? We can say else if num1 is equal to 0. So it'll check if num1 is the same as 0. So let's make 0 here. And let's say num1 is equal to 0. Let's run that again. See if our else if statement runs. You can see here it says num1 is equal to 0. So this if statement was not correct, right? Num1 is not greater than 0. Else if num1 is the same as 0, which we know it is, so then it played this. It didn't run to the else statement because we didn't get to that. This statement was true, so it didn't need to run the else.